Welcome back to Sports 365, a NBA list channel that gets straight to the point. Today we're looking at the top 7 number 1 NBA draft players that flopped. We respond to every comment. Don't believe us? Comment down below and see for yourself. At the number 7 spot, we have the number 1 draft pick from the 2017 NBA draft, Markelle Fultz. Although he has only been in the league 2 years, he has not performed at all to everyone's standards. While in college, he averaged 23.2 points per game, and now in the NBA, in the 33 total games over the course of his NBA career, he has only averaged 7.7 points. At the start of this past season, he was the starting shooting guard instead of JJ Redick for the first 15 games of the season, until the 76ers later acquired Jimmy Butler from the Minnesota Timberwolves. While playing in the games that he did play, he always looked completely out of it and lost. His confidence seemed extremely low at times, and he wouldn't even take easy shots he made in college. In November of 2018, his agent announced that he would not play or participate in games or practices until his shoulder injury had been evaluated. It turns out that he had thoracic outlet syndrome, which is a disorder in which the nerves between the neck and the shoulder limit the range of motion. This severely limited Markelle's ability to shoot the basketball. On February 7th, 2019, he was traded to the Orlando Magic for 2 draft picks and Jonathan Simmons. Also, it would be greatly appreciated if you guys could drop a like and hit subscribe. YouTube does not promote videos under 10 minutes, but we believe long videos are boring. Coming in at the number 6 spot is Joe Smith, who was the first overall pick in the 1995 NBA draft. Joe Smith has had one of the longest careers on the list today, but definitely did underperform. Over the course of his career, he averaged 10.9 points and 6.4 rebounds per game. This by no means is terrible statistics for an average player in the NBA. The problem is Smith was a number 1 pick, not meant to be an average player. His first 2 years with the Golden State Warriors were his best seasons, where he only missed 2 games. After this, his entire career was plagued by injury. After the 2006-2007 season, he played for a different team every year until his retirement in 2011. Over the course of his career, he missed a cumulative of 3.5 seasons worth of games. In the draft, Joe Smith was picked ahead of some great players such as Jerry Stackhouse, Rasheed Wallace, and Kevin Garnett. At the number 5 spot, we have the Italian, Andrea Bargnani. He was drafted number 1 in the 2006 NBA draft by the Toronto Raptors. Over his career, he played only 10 seasons, which is below average for a number 1 picked player. Over the course of his career, he averaged 14.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. For those stats, you can tell he really doesn't work well with a team. It seems like he doesn't create opportunities for his teammates to score, and whenever he gets the ball, he shoots it. The reason that he didn't work well in the NBA was because of his injuries. After his first 5 seasons, he played an average of 36.6 games, which is less than half of the games per season. Although the 2006 draft wasn't full of the best players in the league, some players such as LaMarcus Aldridge, JJ Redick, Rajon Rondo were drafted after him in 2006. This could possibly be one of the negative attributes from drafting a European player with the number 1 overall pick. At the number 4 spot is the 2001 draftee for the Washington Wizards, Kwame Brown. He was drafted by Michael Jordan, running things with the Washington Wizards. Jordan had just come out of retirement then, so there have been many stories that Jordan was very hard on him. Kwame had one of the worst performances based on numbers for any first-round pick in the NBA. With his 13 seasons in the league, he only averaged 6.6 points. Throughout his career, he was plagued by injury, and also admitted that he had severe depression while playing. One of the main issues a lot of people mentioned about Kwame was that he was drafted way too early. He came directly into the league from high school and was clearly not ready. I think if he had gone to college for a year and developed a little better, he would have been much more ready for the league. I think the main reason Kwame didn't go to college was because he thought that he was ready to be an adult to get over his tough childhood. In 2001, he was drafted above Tyson Chandler, Pau Gasol, and Jason Richardson, who are all great players over the course of their careers. At number 3, we have the NBA player from Lagos, Nigeria, Michael Olowokandi. When picked number 1 overall by the Los Angeles Clippers, everyone was shocked. Before the draft, everyone talked about how unprepared he was to be in the NBA. He only started playing basketball when he was 18 years old, and he was even considered a project because of the skills he didn't have. He only averaged 8.3 points per game and 6.8 rebounds over the course of his career. It isn't terrible statistics, but for the number 1 draft pick, it is awful. Not only did the Clippers make a huge mistake drafting Olowokandi, they could have drafted other Hall of Fame players such as Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, and even Paul Pierce. In 2007, the Ohio State University star Greg Oden was drafted by the Portland Trail Blazers. Over the course of Oden's career, he only played 105 games and was devastated by injury. He was drafted number 1 in the 2007 NBA draft, and the center ended up getting hurt and ended up sitting out from 2010 to 2013. He came back in 2013 to play for Miami, but only started 6 games, averaging 2.9 points in the 23 games he played in. Oden was definitely considered to be the best pick for Portland, but it turned out to be a bust as Kevin Durant was drafted right after him. Durant is now one of the best players in the league and could have had some success with Portland. Coming in as the biggest bust in the NBA history of number 1 draft picks is Anthony Bennett, who was drafted in 2013 by the Cleveland Cavaliers. In college, he averaged 16.1 points per game and 8.1 rebounds, which is very good stats for a draft pick, but even then he didn't have the stats for a number 1 pick. He was drafted over Victor Oladipo, CJ McCollum, and the potential league MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bennett played for 4 different teams and only averaged 4.2 points and 3.1 rebounds per game. He also holds the worst plus-minus of any first-round pick with a negative 6.0 score. In all the predictions for the 2013 draft, his highest ranking was number 3, so it might not be his fault that he is credited as the worst number 1 pick all time in the NBA. If you like this video, check out the top 10 college players of 2019 by clicking on the screen. Thanks.